These Hot Idiots is a podcast featuring our hosts, two full-grown adult men. Together, they watch teen drama and young adult-oriented television shows one episode at a time. These Hot Idiots is a comedy podcast and isn't meant to be taken as real criticism. This podcast uses adult language. Listener discretion is advised.
Hey, we're back.
Yeah.
So, a lot happened.
A lot happened. One, holidays.
One, holidays happened. Two, I broke my toe.
Yeah.
Still broken. It's healing. Then I got sick. Then my sister had to go to the hospital.
Yep.
And I didn't know if I could do the episode on Wednesday because I was still sick, and
Yeah, he was recovering from a real nasty fever.
now we're back
Still is.
after I took an Alka-Seltzer. Shout out to Alka-Seltzer, not a sponsor.
Shout out to Alka-Seltzer. We're not sponsored, but they're great.
We are beginning season 2 of the Vampire Diaries. Now the diaries are completely fucking gone.
Yes. Yes. As always, this is These Hot Idiots podcast. I'm Mega, and that's Ash.
Yeah.
We sometimes forget to do these intros.
We got a
but
logo.
then again,
We got a new logo now.
Yeah. But then again, I guess if you're going through this chronologically, you probably already know who we are.
Well, the intention is you watch. You're not supposed to just land on a random episode. You're supposed to watch it from the beginning.
That's true.
The character development of I got sick a couple of times and then my computer broke. That's the arc
Yeah.
that you have to deal with.
The ongoing arc of
The-
shitty computer.
I'll get a new computer when I get my fucking tax refund. That's for sure. So we are dealing with season 2, episode 1, The Return. And the first couple of minutes of the episode is just the last couple of minutes from season 1.
Yeah, it was just basically I don't know if they've just pulled or they redid they did another take of this basically to set it up.
I don't think
Or
they
if it-
did another take. I think what they did is they might have filmed this entire scene.
Oh, again. That's what I meant. I think that's what I meant to say. Like they filmed it again.
I don't know if they filmed again, and I feel like this was already a scene from the finale, but they just kind of cut 5 minutes from it and then put it on this episode.
Mm.
So yeah, Catherine snuck into Elena's house and got invited in by Jenna. John Gilbert is trying to get some pudding, and Catherine attacks
Get
him
in the
by
snack
cutting his
pack.
fingers off and then stabbing him in the stomach. And he's not dead. He's still alive.
He's somehow not dead despite losing his fingers and getting stabbed repeatedly.
Jeremy's just sleeping in his bed because he OD'd, kind of. Elena wanders into the kitchen and finds John on the floor dying, and she immediately goes to call 911, but John's like, "Oh, Elena, she's behind you. She's behind you." So she turns behind her, and Catherine does a vampire runaway fast attack. She freaks out and takes the knife that was on the floor covered in John's blood and wanders around the living room to find Catherine. But Catherine sneaks past her and gets out the front door. And then she just goes "Oh shit, Jeremy!" And then she runs upstairs and she finds Jeremy in bed and asleep.
He's like, Jeremy, wake up. He's like, oh.
Horror! Stefan shows up just a little bit afterwards as John is wheeled off by the ambulance to get taken care of, and they find out that Jeremy's fine. What happened was when he took Anna's blood and overdosed on Vicodin, what I thought was right is he didn't take enough to actually overdose.
Yeah.
So
they say it in this episode.
He just moderately damaged his liver, and then Anna's blood healed the liver damage. Good job, Jeremy.
Good work, Jeremy. Like we said, you really picked the worst possible option for for turning yourself into a vampire.
You could have just asked someone to break your neck. That was what happened later.
Yeah. Or like I said, just jump off a bridge, dude.
Just telling this guy how to kill himself just because he wants
You're
to be a vampire, and it's
you
just like, we're
did
just making sure that you get what you want.
you did not kill yourself right, dude.
You didn't kill yourself right.
The weirdest low tier god meme we've ever said. You should kill
become
yourself better.
You should become a vampire now.
You should become a vampire now. I don't know, I like the you should kill yourself better.
Do a gooder job. Come on. Across the street for attention, up the road for results. Come on.
Jesus Christ, no.
No, don't do it.
Yeah. Please don't hurt yourself, folks.
I would
It's not worth it.
like to remind people that I'm edgy, but
Yes.
I don't mean any of this shit. Please don't take anything I say seriously.
Please don't take this into any actual consideration. We care about you.
I'm an idiot.
He's an idiot.
And I do care about you.
Yes.
Anyway,
back to Silly Vampire Show.
Silly Vampire Show. Stefan decides the best way to deal with the situation is grab Jeremy by his face and start slapping the shit out of him.
Hey, listen to me.
Hey, don't kill yourself. Don't. Hey, why? Why are you trying to kill yourself?
Stop hitting me.
Stop
Okay,
hitting
he only
me.
slaps him once, but I think just additional slams would probably make this comical.
Just slap him multiple times.
Don't kill yourself.
Being a vampire sucks. Slap. You better not do it. Stop.
Don't.
Let go of my face.
Stop hitting me.
Yeah, he sort of healed from it, and then we cut to the hospital where Bonnie's checking in with Matt on how Caroline's doing. And Matt explains that Tyler got all fucking weird when he heard like a whistle sound. You know, blew my whistle, baby, let me know.
He just started getting a migraine.
He started getting a migraine, he crashed the car, and Caroline, doing okay, and then she kind of got worse. And that's why she had to have the vague surgery that we don't talk about.
He had to have surgery. We
Just
don't really know what it is.
surgery on stuff. Damon talks to Sheriff Forbes, and she's very distraught because, one, her daughter is hurt, and two, she doesn't know why Mayor Lockwood died. And Mayor Lockwood's wife is pissed. You know, I'm starting to realize something, Mega Fighter.
That the council sucks?
No, I'm running out of breath really easily.
Oh, jeez.
I'm still
Alright,
sick.
sorry. Okay, I'll try to... I feel like a lot of, like, Carol Lockwood's, like, scenes are definitely, like, how the fuck did my husband die? He wasn't a vampire. Are you accusing him of being a vampire? He wasn't.
It's like, yeah, but he's still dead. I don't know why.
He still reacted to the noise that hurts the vampires.
So Elena and Damon talk to Bonnie next because they're also at the hospital, and they talk about what happened, and they're kind of both a little bit mad at Bonnie, but not really. And Damon's just like, hey, we should just fucking heal Caroline with vampire blood. And Elena's like, I'm not sure, that doesn't seem safe. And
Bonnie's like, do it.
Do it. Let's fucking do it.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
She is weirdly on board with just
She
turning Caroline into a vampire.
She is
or
gung-ho
healing
as
her
fuck.
with
It's great.
vampire blood. She's all about this transfusion plan.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. It's like, Bonnie.
This cannot backfire.
There's no way this could possibly backfire. Let's fucking go.
Okay, so I was really confused the last couple of scenes because at the hospital, so Catherine has like curly hair.
And Elena has straight hair.
Elena is supposed to have straight hair, but for all of the final episode and all of the season premiere up to now, Elena also has curly hair.
So it's like really throwing everything off.
It's throwing everything off, and I kept thinking that Catherine was also at the hospital. Unless she was.
Which would
Because
explain a later scene,
it would
yeah.
explain a later scene, but it didn't feel like it was.
Yeah,
Because I feel like Stefan knew immediately when Catherine was, or Elena was Catherine instead of just being Elena, but he didn't notice or something.
yeah, something is up about it all. Well,
So
I think this is a scene with Damon, Elena, and Bonnie, unless Stefan also was at the hospital, I can't remember.
no, it's Damon, Elena, and Bonnie.
Yeah, so
Jenna shows
I
up
don't
at
know
the
why Damon wouldn't
hospital,
notice.
and Elena and her argue about her being there last night, but she wasn't there last night. And then Jenna's like, "Yeah, you were," and then Elena's like, "No,
No,
I
it
wasn't."
wasn't.
And then Jenna was
It
like, "Yeah, you were."
just kind of goes back and forth
And
because
Jay was like, "Ah, fuck."
yeah, he's just like, ah, dang it.
You gotta be
He's
kidding
not
me.
angry enough for what they're going for.
You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, because he realizes that was Catherine, wasn't it?
Yeah, but that,
But he,
so it's not Catherine, it's Elena.
yeah, Elena and Jenna are talking. So this is Elena.
I think, but her
I
hair's still
think.
curly.
Yeah. So unless Catherine's just trying to put that seed into Damon's head, I don't know. But he walks off because he's like, "Fuck, Catherine's here. God damn it."
Catherine's pretending to be Elena again at her house,
Hmm.
and Stefan and her fight, and Stefan gets his arm broken by
Stefan gets his
Catherine.
arm snapped. Yeah, she's like, quick, rapid snaps his arm, like, and then zooms out and just nooms right the fuck out.
Yeah, Newman's right the fuck out. Then Elena comes in, and they talk about like what to do about Catherine being here, and Catherine wants them to die. And just like Damon's like, all right, I guess we gotta move. And then Stefan's like, to where, to where, Damon?
Also, like,
Tell
you
the
know
house
how
to
hard it is
who?
to move
Fucking
an entire
Aquaman.
right? But also, it is not like moving is not an easy process at all.
Well, if you got
I
relatives, you can stay with them, but I don't know if she has any relatives.
well, there's John, but he's currently laid up in the hospital.
Do that.
And I was trying to remember like a specific movie, and I kept saying "Don't Breathe" during it, but I think that's a different one.
Stefan's mad because Damon kissed Elena, or kissed Catherine under the pretenses that he was kissing Elena.
Hmm.
And they try to attack each other. And Elena's like, stop fighting. I love both of you. Stop it. And David's like, all right, my plan for Catherine is I'm going to ignore the bitch.
Oh, A Quiet Place. That's what I was thinking of. A Quiet Place, because people would always like complain, why don't the family in The Quiet Place move to like the waterfall where they can talk freely and the monsters don't hear them? But it's like, you motherfuckers ever move in your life?
Well, I imagine
It
it's easier to move if you don't take your shit with you, but you'd want to take your shit with you.
you'd want to take your supplies with you, and they can't exactly take a U-Haul to the waterfall.
They never
Unless
showed anyone feeding Caroline any blood. That just sort of happened off screen.
that just kind of happens off screen.
Damon thinks that if he ignores Catherine, Catherine will show herself because she's like, pay attention to me.
Pay attention to me. Stop ignoring me. David,
Matt,
you bitch.
Matt and Bonnie are back at the hospital checking on Caroline, and she's okay. She's watching Jersey Shore.
Which means you know something's gone horribly wrong.
Something's gone horribly wrong.
She hates JWoww.
She doesn't know about the situation.
So then the situation has changed.
So it's kind of like a wake party for the mayor, and the mayor is upset about about how her husband died, and she's mad at Forbes and confronts Forbes and Damon over what happened. But Damon tries to calm everything down between the two of them. Say, hey, we're working together. We're friends. It cuts to Tyler, and he's just chilling. and a shitty SUV pulls up, and it's Tyler's uncle, some
Uncle
guy,
Mason.
Uncle Mason.
Don't worry, you'll probably remember his name better than you did John's.
I said John, didn't I?
Okay, you have been saying John this time, so yeah, you are starting to remember.
John freaks out because he thinks Catherine's attacking him at the hospital, but it's just Elena and Stefan. And when they offer John to help, or they offer John their help and ask him a couple of questions, John's just like, I want Stefan to fucking die. I hate his ass. And Elena gets frustrated and walks out, so Stefan decides, actually, I'm not done with you, bitch. And he
Fucking
shoves
cuts himself open and shoves his arm into John's mouth.
and forces him to drink his blood and just goes, you're gonna get the fuck out of here. And if you're not the fuck out of here by 24 hours, I'm gonna kill your ass and make you a vampire. And then you're gonna hate yourself even more than you fucking do now, you little bitch.
God damn, I fucking love Stefan.
Stefan's awesome.
Stefan is awesome when you compare him to like fucking Edward Cullen. It's just like
I feel like the thing I like about him is he steps the fuck up when it's needed.
He steps the fuck up. He will stake your ass if you come at him.
He will try and light you on fucking fire if you wrong him.
Yeah.
Or he'll give you a choke slam, or he'll just go, yeah, you leave my fucking girlfriend alone, or I'll kill your ass.
You get the fuck out.
You get the fuck out of here.
Oh, he's so good.
That's great. Tyler's uncle is a surfer, apparently. I don't know.
I guess so. He's the black sheep of the family. He's not been around.
Catherine shows up at the wake and then gets invited in, and you can tell it's Catherine because the music is ominous.
Ominous music.
They fixed Elena's hair now. Her hair's normal now.
Yeah, now everything seems to be like they're trying to get it down where it's like straight hair is Elena, curls is Catherine.
Yeah, I think it's also a wig. So her
it
hair
might
has
also be a wig.
Her hair has a different texture when she's Catherine, but also I usually go like curly hair is Catherine.
I think it's like it's like slightly lighter for Catherine.
I think it's slightly darker for Catherine.
Or slightly darker, maybe.
And Stefan is trying to confront Damon over kissing, and Elena's like, just fucking stop, Jesus Christ. Damon talks to Bonnie, and Bonnie does not want anything to do with him. And, he calls her like a knockoff witch, pretty much. And then she hits him with the mind bullets and like, oh, excuse me, I thought you were telling me I sucked. Then she storms off and talks to Catherine thinking she's Elena and talks about how much Damon sucks. But when she takes Catherine by the hand, she gets the spooky vampire feeling, and she's like, oh shit. So, she wanders off.
Fuck.
She calls Elena on the phone, and Elena's not there at the party yet. She's late. She's getting in her car. And then Catherine shows up behind her and it's like, hey, I'm Catherine. So Bonnie tries to mind bullet Catherine, but she attacks Bonnie, and Bonnie uses her telepathy to open the door to the party and show that he's being attacked. So that Stefan would notice, and Stefan comes in. Matt also comes in, and she pretends to be Matt. She pretends to be Elena around Matt.
Yeah.
And Stefan and Catherine do like a walk and talk about like, why the fuck are you here?
It's at this point I realize I feel like if Nina Dobrev stepped up her eyebrow game, took a bit more from Ian Somerhalder, I feel like she'd be able to pull Catherine off.
Catherine feels like she's too stoic for her own good.
Yeah. She needs to be a bit more expressive, and that's why I feel like
I don't want to say Disney villain vibes, but I think that would actually work for her a little bit.
Yeah, like I said, just take a page out of Ian Somerhalder's book here. Just really like land the expressiveness, because that's what makes Damon so great.
Yeah.
Just how expressive he gets, especially in the eyebrow game.
So Elena and Jenna show up, and then Elena talks to Damon about the whole "you kissed my doppelganger" thing, and it's kind of weird. But like Damon's acting a little strangely because he kind of feels like he's dejected a little bit by this whole thing because it's like, I'm the bad one because I kissed her. Bleh. And he talks about how Catherine's gonna try and drive him crazy, but he's already good at being crazy, so that's not gonna work.
That's my trick. I'm already crazy.
Tyler's drinking from a flask that he found in his father's desk, and Jeremy goes to talk to him about it. Like, my condolences. Your father was a decent dude. And Tyler's like, my father sucked. And
My
then
father
Jeremy's like,
sucked.
yeah, your father was
Yeah.
a dick.
They kind of looked to kind of exchange a drink, and I mean, Jeremy's only interaction with Mayor Lockwood was the time that he tried to get them to start fighting shirtless in the
Yeah,
rain.
shirtless fight in the rain, damn it.
It's not weird. Stop looking
No.
at me like it's weird.
They both agree that his dad is a dick. And then Uncle Mason comes in, and Jeremy walks off before handing the flask to him because he thought he was in trouble. But Mason just starts drinking from the flask and hands it back to Tyler because he's a cool uncle, I guess, and they're
He's
gonna
a
drink
cool
together.
uncle. He's just like, it's like, hey, don't let that kill before we have any of our booze, Ty. Can't have it.
Catherine and Stefan walk out to the lake and talk about love and how he thinks Catherine compelled him to love her and calls her a massive bitch. So Catherine stabs him with a fucking candle, with like a candle holder.
Yeah, she just grabs a candle holder that's like right next to them and just stakes him with the metal tip of it. It's like,
Then we
holy
cut to
shit.
commercial and it's Elena again and she's like cleaning the blood and Damon's like, "Hey, how's it going?
How are
You
you
want a
doing,
fist
buddy?
fight over you want a fist fight over Elena? That might be fun."
Over Catherine? It was over Elena, that's right.
And Steven's like,
Fight it
"Why aren't
out
we working together? This is stupid. Like she's clearly trying to break us apart so that we'll kill each other or something."
so we should work together.
So John, who's fully healed at the house, talks to Jeremy and tells him he's leaving and that he was trained not to trust vampires except for Isabel, I guess.
Yeah, except for that, the one the fucking lady you had a kid with, that vampire. God damn.
He also explains that the ring protects you from supernatural, but if you just die by natural causes, then you're dead. So
Like if you drive off a cliff
you drive
by
off a
accident, or
cliff,
not,
but
or a
a
bridge. I'm sorry,
vampire.
it was a bridge accident. That's I keep forgetting.
If the vampire built the bridge, then they would have come back to life.
No, I don't think that's how that works.
That's how it works.
I think if the vampire runs you off the bridge, you're fine. But
There's
if
too many
you go off the bridge
variables.
by yourself, there's too many variables. But apparently, if a vampire cuts the ring off of you, then you don't come back from that.
Yeah, I guess. He
Okay.
lost all his fingies. Oh,
Don't
John.
worry. Don't worry. Those will heal back. He's got vampire blood in him now,
Yeah.
and he needs to get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out. Tyler is seething at his house, and he looks at a picture of his dad, and he starts throwing the fucking pictures, and his mom walks in, and she's like, "What the fuck?" And Tyler's like, "I hate my dad."
I
Ah.
hate him. Get away from me. And Mason pins him down. He's like, calm down, man. Calm down. You gotta chill. You gotta calm down. No,
Calm
he didn't
down. I'm
slap
gonna
him.
slap you until you calm down.
He didn't slap him, sadly, but
No.
I wish.
Damon's at home, and Catherine tells him that she's leaving, and Damon's like, "Why are you here? I don't understand." And then they make out.
Mm.
She's like, "Kill me or kiss me. Kill me or kiss me. You gotta kill me
Kill
or
is
kiss me.
kiss. Kill is kiss, Damon.
Kill his kiss."
Pontypool.
Pontypool. So, Damon stops the makeout session and asks her, "Do you?" He wants to ask her if she loved him, and she's like, "No, no.
No, it was only Stefan.
I love Stefan. I don't know why I fucked you. Okay, bye." And Damon's like, "What the fuck?"
This is close to around the time I realized that Alark Saltzman's not in this episode at all.
No, he is not here.
He's just gone. I guess they didn't have anything for the actor to do, or he just
Uh,
wasn't able to show up.
Stay home. We only got 40 minutes.
Yeah, I guess maybe Matt Davis was busy with something else. Who knows?
Maybe. So Elena's putting her stuff on, and Damon's in her bedroom for some reason because they could just go in her bedroom.
Well, they were invited in.
And he tries to force himself on Elena to kiss her. And Elena doesn't want that because she loves Stefan and not Damon. And Damon's like, I got rejected twice in one fucking day.
By two women who look exactly the same.
By two women who look exactly the same and played by the same chick.
This sucks.
Jeremy walks in and he's like, is everything all right? Like, what is Damon doing here? And Damon just like attacks him and shoves him to the wall. And
Like,
Elena's
you want
like,
to be a vampire, don't you,
you want to
Jeremy?
be a vampire, huh? Well, I'm going to break your fucking neck. How do you like that?
There you go.
And Elena's like,
really easy.
what the fuck? So Elena checks on Jeremy's dead body and realizes that he put on the Gilbert ring.
Yeah, because, well, I was thinking that he still had vampire blood in his system, but apparently no.
Whose Gilbert ring is that? Was that, like, John's Gilbert ring?
I think John gave him the Gilbert ring when he was leaving.
So Jeremy is going to come back to life. And Elena's very upset because Damon broke his neck for some reason.
Damon either almost killed him or turned him into a vampire, but it turns out neither was going to happen. He's going to be fine.
Tyler talks to his uncle about why he keeps flying off the handle, and his uncle says it's genetics. It's the Lockwood curse of being an angry piece of shit.
An angry boy. I swear to God, I cannot wait for this fucking shooter drop, and I cannot wait for Tyler to turn into a werewolf. And I'm just begging. I am begging that we see that transformation. I am begging that we see that werewolf costume.
Yes.
If they never give it to us, then this show is a fucking waste. We gotta see an Awu boy once. Come on.
Yeah, I agree. We gotta see what the Awu boy looks like. Elena and Stefan talk about how much Damon is a piece of shit and she hates him. And Jeremy, like, gasps and come back to life. And it cuts to, like, them talking about how much Damon sucks. And Damon's at the house and he's just throwing shit. He's just throwing glasses at the wall and in the fireplace.
He's having himself a nice fit.
And Stefan's like, I know that Damon's a piece of shit. I understand. He thinks it's easier to be hated than it is to be loved. And that's why he's just walking around throwing shit. And we cut to the hospital where Catherine's chilling. I think she's asleep, and then Catherine shows up, and she's like, Elena.
Yeah, Catherine shows up. Caroline is asleep, and then Catherine shows up and is like, hey, I'm Catherine.
Like, hey, I'm Catherine. And it's like, what do you want, Catherine? And she's like, I'm here to send a message to Stefan and Elena. Then she goes, it's time to play the game, and smothers her with a pillow.
He says, game on, and starts smothering Caroline with a pillow. And it's like, ah, shit. Because she still has vampire blood in her.
Yeah, she's going to be made into a vampire, maybe.
Maybe. We don't know. She doesn't have a ring, so...
Doesn't have a ring. And that's the end of the episode. It sort of feels like we rushed through it a little bit. I didn't mean to.
Hey, better to get it done fast than to have you just start fucking passing out in the middle of it.
Well, I don't know if there was a lot to talk about or not.
Just and also, yeah, it was basically just kind of setting. It was basically setting the new status quo for the show heading forward. Like basically, what we know.
I have some things I need to share with you, though.
Is that Catherine returns with a vengeance.
Catherine returns with a vengeance. Also, I found Get Ready for the Year. Are you ready for this?
Yep.
Of the cat.
Of the cat. Why are the other two so small?
I didn't zoom them in.
You zoom out. God, it's gonna be tough. You know what? I think that while all three are good, I think this is the one we're gonna pick for our thumbnail.
Which one? Thursday, September 9th.
Thursday, September 9th.
That's our thumbnail.
And people are gonna be like, "What the fuck's up with this thumbnail?" We finally explain at the end. It just makes it so funny.
that is kind of funny.
Thursday, September 9th.
Yeah, I'm sorry the episode's really short. I'm sick and I'm trying to get into the swing of things a little bit.
Yeah, we're coming back from it. Oh yes, let's not forget we of course have this episode's soundtrack.
Out of Our Hands by Gamma Haze.
Gemma Hayes.
Gamma Haze. Gamma
Haze. That's not
a cover of How to Save a Life by Piano Tribute Players.
And then another Piano Tribute Players cover with Break Even, Falling to Pieces.
By The Script.
Ah. Wonderful Life by Hertz.
The River Has Run Wild by Mads Langer. And Come Home by One Republic featuring Sarah Bareilles.
Sarah Bareilles, yeah. So the most recognizable name there, besides the fact that the Fray is kind of in there.
Kind of the Fray, and also One Republic was popular for a cup of coffee.
This was actually, we were heading into the peak for One Republic. This was like, I want to say, All the Right Moves era. We hadn't yet gotten Counting Stars or Love Rents Out, but still a good time for One Republic.
Well, I mean, like, isn't this around the time Timbaland like just produced a whole album for them?
Yeah.
Shout out to Timbaland, by the way. He was like a fucking producer for
top tier producer.
He's like a producer for all of the 2000s.
Hell
like,
yeah.
He just made the 2000s music sound.
Like, he did a lot of work with Justin Timberlake at that time.
He did.
He did that one Nelly Furtado song I really like.
I think he did a couple of Nelly Furtado songs.
Yeah.
I think he produced her whole album.
Yeah, and that was a good album at the time, yeah. Or a lot of the singles off that were good.
Yeah, I promise that we'll have more to talk about the next episode, mostly because I think this episode was mostly just follow-up to what happened last time.
It was follow-up to what happened last time. It was kind of establishing a sort of status quo to follow for the remainder of the season.
And that it's the Year of the Cat and Thursday, September 9th.
And that is the Year of the Cat. I feel like we are sufficiently ready. Oh, fuck, I cannot wait until we get to Season 3. I'm so happy seeing that title. Or Season 2, Episode 3.
Season 2, Episode 3. What's the episode title?
It's because the next one's Brave New World. But after that, Bad Moon Rising.
Oh, shit.
They better fucking have that song.
They're really inconsistent with their episode title.
These episode titles ain't great. They better fucking have that song on the episode or I'm gonna be so mad.
Absolutely.
Come on, you can't call it that and not have... No, it's not there.
It's not there. Oh, you had one job.
One job, guys. Alright,
Also,
but we will get to Bad Moon Rising soon.
Soon, yes.
But first, we will enter a brave new world with Vampire Diaries Season 2, Episode 2, Brave New World.
With Iron Maiden playing.
Yeah.
I am not allowed to make a soundtrack.
Oh, fuck, it's got Animal by Neon Trees in the next episode. Shit. Alright. Anyway, we will see you next time. We have a Twitter that we barely use, and you can mainly find us wherever you get a podcast and YouTube. And also, we have our Tumblrs, Ashe Nightshade, and Mega Fighter Free for free.
Mega Fighter made an article recently that
I made a whole ass rant.
I was going to say that we should talk about a little bit because we need to pad for time.
We do need to pad for time. I made a whole ass rant about the one chapter manga Cheat Slayer.
Yes, the author of the kinda crappy gambling manga Kakegurui made probably the most cynical, like, I hate these types of manga and I find no redeeming value and I'm just going to like shit on it manga premise that I've ever seen.
The saltiest like rant about isekai ever, and there was people who were thinking, "Oh man, it's such a shame that this got canceled. There was so much potential." And I read the manga chapter, and I was like,
Wow, this sucks.
"Yo, this sucks. Yo, this sucks. This would have probably gotten canceled even if people didn't point out the obvious plagiarism."
It's not even the plagiarism that's the thing that bothers me. It just feels petty.
It's petty.
It's really petty from a guy who actually made a successful like manga series.
A really successful manga.
It's like you're just bitching. Like, why are you bitching?
Why are you so mad?
I don't like using this word because, I kind of don't believe it most of the time, but you're just being a hater.
You're being a hater.
Why? That's all you're doing. But yeah, I suggest you go read it at Mega Fighter's Tumblr page.
Yeah. Thank you.
And I also fired him from my writing project.
Also, yeah, but to be fair, I was failing at being a co-writer, so.
Well, yeah, door's still open. You can get back into it when you feel like writing again.
Yeah. But in the meantime, I will always be here because you won't fire me from this.
No, because you're on the logo.
I'm on the logo, and
I would have to scratch you out with like MS Paint or something.
Also, you're not watching Eclipse without me because then you'd just be miserable.
No, I would just be miserable.
Yeah.
If you left, I would just be like, and I'm gonna watch this anime that I like.
Yeah, it's true. This show would be canceled.
This show would be canceled. It's like, oh, he's just talking about Vinland Saga. Whatever. Well, we'll see you next week.
See you next week, folks.
Bye. 36 minutes,
Bye.
whatever.
Do you know what month it is?
Fuck you, it's January!